There's a very special kind of heartbreak of watching your goals disintegrate in front of you in sweat-wicking socks. That's what happened to me. I did the hard work, I did a lot of training for a marathon, and then I didn't run it. So let's back up. This wasn't my first marathon training. In fact, technically it's my third. My first one ended in a sprained ankle, physical therapy, and a very dramatic limp, so that doesn't count. My second attempt was actually a success, and prior to that, I had been running a lot. So I did a lot of 10Ks, half marathons, I met some of my PR goals, and then the Philly Marathon. Actually happened, I had a bib, cried at the finish line, the whole shebang. Ironically, also had a limp after that for a few days, so I think that's just a part of training in general. So this was going to be attempt number 3 and ideally marathon number 2. It ended up just being attempt number 3. And this was the Big Sur Marathon. And in case you're unfamiliar, the Big Sur Marathon is essentially a roller coaster disguised as America's most scenic race. It's incredibly difficult. It's known for having crazy hills. So my training had to be really rigorous, and it was. I won the lottery to get into this race, and so I felt like I really needed to pull through and to do it, and I was really excited for it. So I came up with a plan, and I followed the plan, which usually is the hardest part. I trained pretty rigorously. I slowly increased my mileage. My pace was going down or up. Miles per hour was going up, but you know what I'm saying. I was getting faster. It was really exciting to see come through. And I kept this up. And one lesson I learned from my previous one was to include strength training. And so I did the whole shebang. Yoga, lifting, stretching, running, cross training, swimming. I was so proud of myself and I was really following the plan. Basically, I had discipline. I internally called it my warrior training. I guess now that I've said it out loud, it's a bit silly. Now that I've published it, it's even sillier, but that's what I called it. I loved the way I was feeling. I felt strong, I felt powerful, and honestly, I felt like I could do just about anything. I was pretty sure I was not gonna only run the Big Sur Marathon, but I was even gonna PR. And then wildfires. It was devastating. It was just a really scary time. So many people were impacted, lost their homes, lost a lot of their memories. To be clear, I was fine. I didn't lose anything, no evacuations, no damage. I was absurdly lucky in that capacity, but it's a strange thing that suddenly going outside isn't safe anymore. One of the after effects of the LA wildfires was the air quality, which tanked. And this lasted for over a month after the actual fires started. When it first happened, the air quality was so bad that going outside for over an hour was not recommended. It was dark skies and poisoned air. My first reaction was staying indoors. I completely lost track of my training. I missed a lot of runs on the schedule. Things were bigger than that, so it didn't really matter to me. That being said, a few weeks went by and I knew that I had to get back into training. And so I tried. I went on the treadmill a lot. I would try to do some cross training, but honestly, I was kind of spiraling. And I think on top of it, I jumped back in too quickly. Basically, I picked up on my plan where it left off, and I couldn't do anything over 6 miles without getting incredibly sick from it. I would get these horrible cramps. I almost went to the hospital. And so it was just really bad for not only me mentally, but honestly me physically. And eventually I just kind of had to admit it. I wasn't going to be ready on time. And even if I was, it wasn't going to be good or fun or productive. And if it's not at least one of those 3 things, what's the point of doing it? So I stopped. Not forever, of course, but for the time being, and it kind of messed up my relationship with running for a little bit. Like, I had tried to push myself so hard to be able to be ready for this marathon that I stopped enjoying it. I felt really embarrassed that I didn't follow through with one of my goals, and I felt like I really owed someone an explanation. So here's the thing. I didn't do the race, but I did do a lot of the training, and here's a few takeaways I had from this whole experience of attempt number 3. First is that listening to your body is the most important part of any marathon training exercise. Second, I learned that strength training isn't the worst thing, believe it or not. Even yoga, who knew? And then I learned that showing up for yourself is pretty much the whole point. If you're not doing that, then I don't think there's much point, to be redundant. So it wasn't the kind of climax or finishing that I wanted, but I'm ultimately prouder of myself for having listened to what it is that I needed at that specific moment in time. And next time I'll be even more ready.